When you go to an online store website, what is the worst thing that you can see there? Most people will say a pop-up. They're so annoying, right? Most of them are. And 9 out of 10 times, it's always the same. Here's a discount, now give me your email address. And it always goes something like, save 10% on your first order when you subscribe. And yes, this approach works, but most brands with this type of pop-up get a 3% subscribe rate if they're lucky, oftentimes lower. So if you want more people opting into your list, you have to be a bit more creative than that. So let's talk about some pop-up ideas that are not just a simple discount that you can start using today. For those of you who are new here, my name is Kasey. I run Luck & Co agency, where we help 7- and 8-figure e-commerce brands with email and SMS marketing. And as you can imagine, I've seen a ton of pop-up messages over the years, so let's talk about it in more detail. But before we jump in, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button because both help me a ton in bringing more free content to you. So for our clients, we consider a pop-up a success if it converts at 5% or higher. And really, we like to see 10%, sometimes 15% submit rates. The industry average conversion rate of a pop-up is just under 3%, but we are overachievers here. So what else can we do in an e-commerce pop-up if it's not a discount? Idea number 1, yes/no pop-ups. So before I was in e-commerce, I actually used to see and use this type of pop-up a lot. And I think it's less common in e-commerce because for a long time, the pop-up tools that e-com stores used didn't support this functionality. But nowadays, you can totally make it happen with a lot of out-of-the-box solutions out there. And this approach converts really, really well. So what you do is instead of asking people for their email right away, you'd ask them a yes or no question first. And the reason this converts higher is because you're getting a micro commitment from the person first. After they've said yes to your simple question, they're more likely to complete the next action when you're asking them for their email address. Here's some examples of yes/no questions that you can ask. Do you want access to a secret sale? Do you want a free gift with your purchase? And it's more effective if you include the value of the free gift in your copy as well. Want free shipping on your order? And when people press yes, then you ask them to provide their email address. Next idea, gamification pop-up. The most common example of a gamification pop-up is that fortune wheel. At some point, it was pretty popular on e-commerce stores. You don't have to do a wheel though. There are lots of ways that you can adopt that idea. Here's how Green Chef is using gamification pop-up on their website. They're not an e-commerce store, but I love getting my ideas from other industries. They might be even more effective in e-commerce because not as many brands use them yet. Gamification leads to more engagements with the pop-up, but you do tend to see lower conversion rates from those leads. So if you implement this, test to see if the increase in the engagement offsets the lower conversion rates from your leads. Next idea, free gift with purchase. If you don't want to offer a discount, then you can offer a gift with a purchase. It doesn't have to be anything expensive, but rather something sweet and memorable for your customers. Some sample products also work well. Our team at Luck & Co have run lots of tests, testing the free gift with purchase versus a discount in pop-ups. And to be honest, the results are always different depending on the brand. And that means that it's super important to test what works for your audience. A/B testing pop-ups is one of the highest leverage tests that you can do in e-commerce, so make sure that you utilize your pop-up platform for that. I personally love running pop-up A/B test in Klaviyo, and if you want a tutorial on how to do that in Klaviyo, let me know in the comments, and if we get lots of comments requesting that, we'll for sure record a tutorial on that. Free digital content. Free gifts don't have to come as physical products. Free digital content is great because it doesn't cut into your margin. If you run an A/B test and test the free digital gift with a free actual gift or a discount, and the free digital gift converts as well as the discount or better, then it's a win on all fronts, and it provides an opportunity to educate your audience. Take the beginner guide idea related to your brand and offer it to your customers. For example, if you own a clothing brand, write instructions on how to launder clothes by fabric type or a guide on how to care for the clothes in a more sustainable way. If you sell food or drink, a recipe book is a great idea. And when it comes to pregnancy or baby products, there's a ton of helpful guides and ebooks that you can come up with. The main thing is to provide your customers with valuable information, and that will help you grow your email list. Next idea for your pop-up, free shipping. Free shipping is practically offering a discount without offering a straight discount. You take the delivery expenses on yourself. I personally don't love this approach because at this point, most shoppers have come to expect free shipping, and they don't perceive it as additional value. And I prefer to have a minimum purchase required for free shipping anyway to keep my average order value high. But it's still an option to try. It might work well for your brand. You never know until you try and test. Full screen pop-up. These are also sometimes called welcome mats. And yeah, they can be a little bit annoying and they can lead to higher bounce rates on your website. But with the pop-up taking up the whole screen, visitors don't have the choice to simply ignore it. So this can also lead to higher engagement rate. If you do choose to try welcome mats, I recommend adding a sufficient time delay and perhaps also other display rules so that the pop-up doesn't appear immediately upon load. If you show it to visitors who are ready to engage with something like a full screen pop-up, your submit rate will go up. I've tested this type of pop-up with a couple of e-commerce brands and the conversion rates were actually pretty high. I love this example from Brooklinen. It combines a full screen pop-up and a yes or no question, and also a very pattern interrupting design. It really makes me pause and read the pop-up before continuing. What was the most helpful tip in this video? Let me know in the comments. I would love to learn and chat with you. The last thing I want to leave you with is a reminder to test things. Just because something works for other brands doesn't mean it will work for you, and vice versa. So if you've watched this far, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. And also go check out my other video on becoming a better email marketer, where I talk about all of the different skills that you need to master to increase the performance of this channel for your brand. And thank you so much for watching until the end. I will see you in the next video.